we're now in my bathroom. So first up, I'm just going to say you don't need those fancy dancy scrunchy looking things to stop the water going down. I just use a couple of old scrunchies and I put it on my wrist. That's all I really need. First up, I use two different cleansers. I use a balm cleanser and I use a gel. Is it gel? Yes, water gel cleanser. First up, I do want to say, I know I've said this is for glowy, this is for smooth, this is for before I do my makeup, but I'm not gonna lie, with all our skin, it's always gonna have some sort of texture, it's always gonna have something we don't like. Like if you see my skin, I got a couple of bumps on my forehead, I got a couple of little scars, I got acne scars, I got some acne coming up. But at the end of the day, we're just humans, it's just skin, so all we can do is really take care of it. This is the balm. As you can see, I use it a lot. Now this is what I do in the morning. It's not like my nighttime one after I've had a full face of makeup and to take it off. That one I do differently, slightly. First up, I just get a couple of dollops and put it on my face. I like to do two different options here. I'd rather use my hands or I use my brush. By brush, I mean it's just a brush with bristles, and this one's electric. Has different modes, but I'm not going to use that today. I'm just going to use my hands today. After I put the dollops on my face, I get a bit of water so my hands are wet, and I start doing circular motions until like it's all in the skin. And then I'll just wash my face like this for about a minute or a little bit less. The main places I like to focus is my chin and my nose, because I find they're my problems areas, and I'd like to use my tips, and I like to add a little bit of pressure. Then after I do that, I get my little makeup wipe cloth, my little makeup wipe cloth. You can just put your head in the sink and just splash it, and then I just wipe it off. I think the main reason I like to do it this way is I can see if I have any dirt on or like built up oil from the night, because it doesn't matter if you think your face is clean when you wake up, I promise you it is not. And doing this step, washing my face, I used to be like, I don't got any makeup on my face, why do I need to wash my face when I wake up? Well, one, it wakes you up. Two, I've seen a drastic difference in my acne. It's just disappeared. Next up, I'm using the gel cleanser. Just using that much. I like to emulsify it in my hands first until we get it to that kind of consistency. And then circular motions on the face again. I always double cleanse the skin. I always thought that once will be enough, but I've learned that cleansing the skin twice is way more beneficial for your skin, and it's almost like the same as your hair. If you're gonna wash your hair twice, one to get rid of the dirt and the second one to do what you want it to do. Like if you want it to protect your hair, if you want it to for strength, like, you know, all the different ranges, like there's so many. Why not do it for your face? And as always, I got a little bit red after I washed my face, but that's completely normal. This is the time when I will also sometimes go in and brush my teeth, so I'm just gonna do that off camera. Next up is toner. I use the Glow Recipe Watermelon Toner. I have used other toners before, but nothing compares to this toner. The key is that if you find a toner that works for you, use it. If you find a cleansing balm or some other cleanser that works, then use it. You do not have to use what I use. You do not have to use what Kim Kardashian uses. You don't have to use what Hailey Bieber uses. You just have to use what you like, what's in your budget, and what honestly if you want to use it, just use it. So what I do is I just put a bit in my palm. I don't put it on a cotton pad or anything. I put a bit in my hand. I do this motion and then I just put it on my face. Yes, there's people out there and there's so many people that say that you should pack it into the skin. But let's be real. Who's going to spend time to pat it in the skin if you're 10 minutes late for work? So I'll just rub it in. I also rub it on my neck and my lips. If you do not put toner on your lips, try it. Trust me. Just try it. You won't be able to not do it ever again. Usually at this point, a lot of people have serums and there's like 10 different serums, but honestly you do not need 10 different serums. You can honestly cleanse your face, use toner and then moisturize and you're good to go. But what I like to add into my routine is I like to add the eye cream I'm currently using is Bondi Sands Eye Spy, and I just get some of the product out and I'll squeeze it just a little bit underneath my eyes and then I'll just rub it. I like to rub it so it like goes up into my temples and down the bridge of my nose a little bit. That's just the way I like to do it. It honestly feels a little bit like a spa treatment too, I'm not gonna lie. The second one that I like to use is, I used to have the Glow Recipe Dewdrops, but I ran out of them. Bondi Sands Begin Again, which is a vitamin B3 serum. It claims that it has 10% niacinamide and 1% zinc. So this one I sometimes put it, just drop it onto my face, but lately I'll just put a dot on my hand or my finger and then put it over my face and then just rub it in and I drag it down my neck. My final step is moisturize. For me, moisturizer on days where I'm just going to have a skincare day, I'm not going to do any makeup, I use two different ones. If it's just around the house type of day or no makeup free day type of thing, I was fortunate enough to get the Drunk Elephant Bora Barrier Repair Cream. I was fortunate to get this one. I do share this one with my mum because I just thought, why not share it? I will use this one on days where I'm not having makeup, but I mainly use this one at night time. On days where I am going to wear makeup, I will use my Bondi Sands Daydream Wit Moisturizer. A bit of it out on my finger, and I just like to dab it all over. So once I've rubbed all that in, I will then start the makeup process, which will be in a separate video, so keep an eye out. Once I've rubbed that in, I will then start my makeup process, which will be in a separate video, so keep an eye out for that. But the final step of this routine is to put on my primer, and my primer is the all-nighter face primer from Urban Decay. I like to match my primer to the setting spray that I use, so that is the Urban Decay setting spray, so I like to use this one. Recently, well, not really recently, it's kind of been like a roughly, I'd say 6 months. I've always skipped putting my primer underneath my eyes. I've always skipped it, and it's never really, like, the makeup doesn't stay under there, because I always thought you couldn't put primer under there. I just thought that was a no-no. And ever since I started putting primer underneath here, game changer. Game changer. And like, you can tell my skin's still skin. I still have dark under eye circles. I still have a couple blemishes. My skin still has texture. But you can see it is glowing. And honestly, I used to hate my skin. I'm not gonna lie, I used to hate my skin. Had that much bad acne. I used to get called pizza face. But now, like, yeah, I've got my acne under control. Yeah, I have some blemishes. Yeah, my skin has a bit of texture. I got dark under eye circles. But who cares? It's my skin and I love it. Who cares?